All right, so this is a bit of a follow-up to the Janelle Monáe video that I posted earlier. This is coming to us from the Daily Wire, which, full disclosure, is a conservative site. It's owned and founded by Ben Shapiro, so that should let you know all that you need to know. Emily Ratajkowski poses nude to punish old white men for Alabama abortion law. That'll show them. And that little tagline right there is exactly why I said, yeah, this is a conservative site. So we know which way they fall on in line with this. But it's pretty obvious why the word punishment is really weird here, because this is Miss Ratajkowski, and she has a fantastically gorgeous face. I mean, it looks like a perfect blend between Natalie Portman and Elizabeth Olsen, and I find both of them insanely attractive. So yeah, she's a very, very good looking woman. This was written by Amanda Presgiacomo. Yeah, I think that got that right. Beautiful model Emily Ratajkowski posted a nude photo of herself to social media on Thursday to protest the Alabama Human Life Protection Act, the strictest abortion law in the nation. Gotta scroll. Oddly enough, Ratajkowski was specifically targeting the 25 old white men who voted for the ban with her nude post. The Alabama Human Life Protection Act was signed into law on Wednesday by Governor Kay Ivey, Republican, Alabama, a woman. The law totally outlaws abortion, save an exemption for the life of the mother, and targets third-party abortionists with life in prison for carrying out illegal abortions. This week, 25 old white men voted to ban abortion in Alabama, even in cases of incest and, don't want to be, the algorithm. Forced entry. There we go. Forced entry. I'm good. Forced entry. She captioned a photo of herself. These men in power are imposing their wills onto the bodies of women in order to uphold the patriarchy and perpetuate the industrial prison complex by preventing women of low economic opportunity the right to choose to not reproduce. Lady, hold on. You're full of crap. Okay? You are 130% full of crap. You could care less about the hood. You do not care anything about urban people. This was just a stunt. This was a stunt. And that's the thing, particularly when it comes to abortion. Like a lot of, this is just a lot of females. I can't help but feel like a lot of females just, doing it for the shine, wilding out for the shine. I really believe Alyssa Milano, Janelle Monáe, even though I know that was from 2017. Either ways, I believe that, it's really all about just, me, and making it about themselves. These folks could care less about what happens to these children or these people. So that right there is more than enough to convince me that, this was for the likes. This was definitely for the likes. The states trying to ban abortion are the states that have the highest proportion of black women living there, noted Ratajkowski, unintentionally highlighting that black babies stand to gain the most from the pro-life legislation. This is about class and race and is a direct attack on the fundamental human rights women in the U.S. deserve and are protected by Roe v. Wade. Okay, so, but you don't care. You don't care about these people. You don't care about them at all. This is just for the shine. And it's so obvious. You're really telegraphing your punches here. Our bodies, our choice, added the model. Ratajkowski is completely nude in the photo, though she has a flower petal strategically placed between her legs, covering up her crotch. And this is the photo. Okay, so, what was I saying? What was I saying again? I'm kidding. I mean, she's a stunning. She kind of skinny, but she is stunning. I mean, without question. But this wasn't done for all these black babies that really, come on. I appreciate it. Thanks, but yeah, this was more because you wanted to catch those 1,000,000+ likes. Emrata. I mean, she is bad. She is very, very attractive. Oh my goodness. What's left in this article? Ratajkowski was a vocal critic of Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh, naturally, standing among other Hollywood feminists to protest during the judge's confirmation hearing. That's kind of all we really need to know, isn't it? Ratajkowski and comedian oh my goodness, and Amy Schumer were arrested during an October protest. Oh my God. This is so funny. Here's the thing that kind of blows my mind the most about the abortion debate. Is that it's her body, her choice. And my personal belief, just between us, is that, not my seed, not my problem. I've known women, and I'm from the hood, so I've known these women to basically use abortion as a contraceptive, which really shouldn't be the case when you have Plan B, you have condoms, we have the UBIs, IUDs, whatever you call them. But there are 1,000,003 ways to prevent pregnancy. I mean, let alone, just closing your legs and only being intimate with someone that you want to, build a life with, that life being the child. I mean, there's so many different ways to avoid a pregnancy that it really just blows my mind that, abortion is still such a strong issue of, men telling women what they can and can't do with their bodies. And, when that's said, there's this image of, at least in my head, there's this image of, a government official, a G-man coming in and, hey lady, what are you doing? But that's never the case. This is more along the lines of, she made a decision, 9 times out of 10, outside of, the forced entry scenario. She made a decision and she regrets that decision. So, make better choices? I mean, I can't help but feel like these are things, because I don't like the government involved in anything. I believe that we are all individuals and we should all be left to our own devices. I would much prefer to keep the government out of any facet of life. But, and while I'm talking, let me just get back on up to here. Because good night. But at the same time, there is personal accountability that takes place. And, if anyone, man or woman, is leading a decent life and being accountable for themselves, then, you shouldn't have to worry that much about the government. I mean, unfortunately, I live in New Jersey, which our government is super intrusive, but at the same time, it's not the hardest thing in the world to avoid. And in particular, when it comes to medical procedures such as abortion, sweetie, you can easily avoid this. I mean, there are so many different ways to get around having to even get to the point where you need an abortion, that this really feels as if it's one of those things that, just leave it up to the state. Like, and that's the thing too, like, this is happening in Alabama. I am willing to guarantee that Mr. Ratajkowski here lives in LA or New York. So trust me, you're fine. Or come here to Jersey. Trust me, they will hand you an abortion. I mean, how blue this state is. So, it's like, if the women I'm sure there's going to be some women in Alabama who are hurt by this. I have absolutely no doubt at all. But outside of the forced entry scenario, this was something that is easily avoidable. So, don't give the government an opportunity or the chance to, dictate what you do with your body, even though that's just not how it goes. Capitol Police said they arrested 302 people during the demonstrations. Video from the scene shows the 2 actresses being detained after an officer asked if they want to be arrested. So indeed, they were asked if they want to be arrested, and they went and got arrested. Okay. She is a bad one. Respect female existence or expect our resistance. But who doesn't? This is a point that I was making in the other video. The Constitution applies pretty much across the board for all American citizens. I'm not 100% sure if Ms. Ratajkowski is a American citizen, but we have equal rights under the eyes of the law. I mean, if you murder a man, if you murder a woman, hell, if you murder an animal, it's all murder. You go to jail, plain and simple. It's the statutes and different categories that they've been wanting to tack on and add different, rights because, oh my goodness, more human rights. And the deal is that, you really don't have human rights. I hate to put it to you like that, but you really don't have human rights. What we have is the Constitution, and that's it. I mean, you rip that Constitution up and it is anarchy, okay? Maybe you're not in a day, but give it 2-3 weeks and somebody's going to get smart with a gun. I hate to say it, but it's true. Today, I was arrested protesting the Supreme Court nomination of Brett Kavanaugh, a man who has been accused by multiple women of sexual assault. The model posted in a tweet after the arrest, and here we are, what is this, like a year and some change later? October 2018. Here we are so much time later. He's on the Supreme Court. And that's, it didn't do anything. Like your protest and everything else like that didn't stop him from getting elected. It didn't stop him from getting confirmed. So a whole bunch of a lot for nothing. On Wednesday, CNN legal analyst Jeffrey Toobin claimed the Alabama Human Life Protection Act will essentially kill Roe v. Wade. It's one state, and, states' rights, my G. Roe v. Wade is gone, and every woman in Alabama who gets pregnant is going to be forced to give birth soon. That's the thing. Forced? If you get pregnant, shouldn't you be excited and happy to get pregnant? Shouldn't you be getting pregnant by somebody who, oh my goodness, we're so in love and we can't wait to build a life and family together? Of course not, because we've made so many things socially acceptable that we've kind of painted this picture for ourselves. Oh yeah, yikes. And that's going to be true in Alabama. It's going to be true in Missouri. It's going to be true probably in Georgia. And that's what the law is, because that's what the presidential election was about. In part, how does everything come back around to Trump? Every freaking thing comes all the way back around to Trump. Trump ain't in Alabama. Trump ain't had nothing to do with this. But, Republican. So, I hate this team party politic nonsense. Last paragraph. This is what this fight has been about for years, he continued. I think the legislators were very smart. They waited until they got 5 votes on the Supreme Court, and now they're gonna push this thing through. And Brett Kavanaugh and Neil Gorsuch are gonna be joined by Chief Justice Roberts, Clarence Thomas, and Samuel Alito, and this is a victory that Rick Santorum and others have been fighting for decades, and they've won, and they should celebrate. Really, dude? I can't help but feel like, that guy. But then again, this is being written on the Daily Wire, so they're on the right. So, pardon me. Let's get back up here to, this slice of fine. Either ways, Miss Ratajkowski, you could give less of a crap about black children in the hood coming up. That's not your forte. You did this because you're an attention whore. Pardon my French, but that's really what it is. You just want the attention. You want the clicks. You want the 1,691,834 likes. That's the only reason you did this. And I would appreciate if you were a little bit more honest about it, instead of using urban communities, Black America as your crutch. All right? We are not your stepping stool, sweetheart. So, with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. Please do all the internet stuff. Like if you liked it, sub if you want to hear more of my fantastic voice, share, because hey, this is me trying to help and speak. Let me know. Do you think this was just an attention grab? Because I can't help but feel like this was just an attention grab. Until the next video.